Have you ever walked into a space that feels effortlessly calming, not because it's perfect, but because it's real? Maybe it's the slightly uneven texture of a handmade ceramic vase, the soft patina on a wooden table, or the faded linen curtains that let sunlight dance through. There's something deeply comforting about spaces that embrace imperfection, and that, my friends, is the essence of Wabi-Sabi. Hey everyone, welcome back to Arch Zenith. And today, we're diving into a design philosophy that's not about chasing perfection or keeping up with trends. It's about finding peace, authenticity, and beauty in the impermanent and imperfect. In this episode, we'll explore how you can bring the timeless art of Wabi-Sabi interior design into your home, blending serenity, sustainability, and soulful simplicity. So, grab a warm cup of tea, settle into your favorite corner, and let's uncover the quiet magic of Wabi-Sabi, where every crack tells a story and every flaw adds character. Segment 1: The philosophy behind Wabi-Sabi, a quiet rebellion against perfection. Before we jump into styling tips and materials, let's start with the heart of it all, the philosophy. Wabi-Sabi originates from ancient Japanese aesthetics, rooted in Zen Buddhism. It's a way of seeing the world, one that celebrates imperfection, impermanence, and the incomplete. In a fast-paced, hyper-digital world of 2025, where trends shift overnight and everything feels replaceable, Wabi-Sabi stands as a gentle reminder: beauty isn't found in what's flawless, but in what's real. Think of it this way: when we embrace Wabi-Sabi, we learn to appreciate the simple joy of things that age gracefully. The cracks in pottery repaired with golden lacquer, known as kintsugi. The rustic warmth of reclaimed wood, the subtle unevenness of hand-woven textiles. These aren't flaws, they're stories, whispers of time, memory, and human touch. In your home, adopting Wabi-Sabi means letting go of the pressure to have a perfect living room or Instagram-worthy corners. It's about designing with intention, not obsession. Every piece, every texture, every mark should make you feel something. The Wabi-Sabi home invites calm, reflection, and gratitude for the imperfect journey of life itself. And that's what makes it more than just a trend. It's a lifestyle philosophy, one that blends beautifully with today's movements like slow living, minimalism, and sustainable design. Segment 2: Materials that tell a story, natural, organic, and honest. Now, let's talk about materials, the soul of Wabi-Sabi interiors. If there's one rule to follow, it's this: choose materials that breathe life. That means natural, organic, and aged textures, materials that wear and change beautifully over time. Think of reclaimed wood with visible grain and knots, natural stone with subtle veining, raw linen, clay, jute, rattan, and handmade ceramics. These materials carry imperfections that make them authentic. In Wabi-Sabi homes, you won't find glossy finishes or synthetic perfection. Instead, surfaces are matte, tactile, and soothing, creating an environment that feels lived in and loved. For example, a dining table made of reclaimed oak tells a different story from a factory-finished one. The scratches, dents, and color variations become marks of life. A ceramic bowl, slightly uneven at the edges, adds warmth that mass-produced pieces simply can't replicate. In 2025, we're seeing this aesthetic blend seamlessly with eco-friendly design movements. Using recycled materials, lean-packed finishes, and locally sourced woods isn't just a wabi-sabi choice, it's a sustainable one. This design philosophy encourages us to consume less, cherish more, and allow time to be part of our design evolution. Segment 3. The Wabi-Sabi Color Palette.com, Muted and Earthy. If color speaks emotion, then Wabi-Sabi whispers in soft tones. The color palette of a Wabi-Sabi interior is understated, organic, and inspired by nature. You'll see hues drawn from the earth, warm beiges, stone grays, muted greens, creamy whites, and dusty browns. These tones don't demand attention, they invite peace. Think of walking through a misty forest or standing by a stone path after the rain. The beauty lies in subtle gradations, not in contrast. That's the emotional depth of Wabi-Sabi colors. They soothe your senses and ground your space in simplicity. In modern homes, these tones pair beautifully with contemporary minimalism. For instance, a matte taupe wall behind a linen sofa with hand-woven throw blankets creates an effortless harmony. Add a terracotta vase or olive-toned pottery, and you instantly bring warmth and texture to the scene. Here's a design tip. Mix warm and cool, earthy tones for a layered organic look. Combine stone, clay, and driftwood textures. Let light play its role too. Natural light softens muted colors, creating shadows and depth that make your home feel alive. Segment 4. Furniture and Layout. Space to breathe and feel. In a Wabi-Sabi interior, less is truly more. This doesn't mean empty or sterile spaces. It means intentional simplicity. Each piece of furniture should have meaning, and each corner should have a sense of purpose. Wabi-Sabi homes feel open, airy, and grounded, not cluttered or overly styled. Start with functional furniture made of natural materials: wooden stools, linen sofas, rattan chairs, bamboo shelves, and stone-topped tables. Avoid overly polished finishes or sleek synthetic looks. Instead, look for handmade craftsmanship, pieces that carry the maker's touch. The layout should flow naturally, with room to move and breathe. Create zones for calmness and reflection, such as a reading nook by the window or a low tea table surrounded by floor cushions. Avoid filling every wall or surface. Leave space for nothingness. That's where peace resides. And here's the secret. Imperfection in arrangement is part of the beauty. A slightly misaligned rug, a shelf with uneven pottery, or a handmade lamp that leans just a little. These subtle flaws add soul. Segment 5. Lighting and Atmosphere, the Poetry of Shadows. Lighting plays a vital role in expressing Wabi-Sabi aesthetics. Forget bright, uniform lighting. What you want are soft, diffused glows that mimic natural daylight or candlelight. In Japan, there's a famous essay titled In Praise of Shadows by Junichiro Tonizaki, describing how shadows add depth and warmth to a space. That's the feeling Wabi-Sabi seeks. Use warm LED bulbs, paper lanterns, wicker lampshades, or ceramic sconces that diffuse light gently. Let natural light filter through sheer curtains or woven blinds during the day. At night, the interplay of light and darkness creates intimacy, a quiet backdrop for reflection and rest. Candles are another beautiful Wabi-Sabi touch. Their flickering flame embodies impermanence, always changing, never the same. You can place them in stone holders, ceramic dishes, or simple glass jars for a poetic glow. In today's eco-conscious design world, you can also blend this atmosphere with sustainability using solar-powered lamps, biofuel candles, and energy-efficient lighting to honor both beauty and the planet. Remember, Wabi-Sabi is not about showing off, it's about feeling at peace in your own space. Segment 6. Decor and Accessories, Simplicity Meets Soul. When it comes to decorating a Wabi-Sabi home, think sparse, soulful, and sensory. Choose a few meaningful pieces rather than many decorative ones. Every object should tell a story or evoke emotion. A hand-carved bowl, a clay sculpture, a weathered picture frame, or a simple branch in a glass vase. Nature should play a starring role in your decor. Incorporate dried flowers, driftwood, stones, leaves, or woven baskets. These elements connect your space to the rhythms of nature, grounding you in simplicity. You can even curate seasonal vignettes. For example, a bowl of pine cones in winter, or fresh branches in spring, small, subtle reminders of life's changing seasons. Avoid artificial materials or excessive ornamentation. Instead, look for organic textures and handcrafted finishes. The imperfections in handmade objects, uneven glaze, rough edges, faded hues, create emotional warmth that mass-produced items can't replicate. In 2025, the trend of emotional minimalism, a blend of minimal design with personal storytelling, is growing. And that's exactly what Wabi-Sabi decor is about. Curating space that feels quietly human. Segment 7. Sustainable Living. The Wabi-Sabi Way of Mindful Consumption. One of the most powerful aspects of Wabi-Sabi design is its deep alignment with sustainability. When we embrace imperfection, we naturally move away from the culture of waste and overconsumption. Instead of replacing old items, we repair them, repurpose them, or appreciate their evolving beauty. That's sustainable design at its core. Wabi-Sabi encourages the use of reclaimed wood, upcycled furniture, recycled fabrics, and eco-friendly finishes. It values craftsmanship over mass production, quality over quantity, and connection over convenience. This design ethos teaches us that mindful consumption leads not just to a beautiful home, but also to a better world. Consider incorporating native plants for indoor greenery. They require less maintenance and water, aligning with the drought-resistant, low-maintenance home design movement. Choose organic fabrics like hemp, linen, and cotton for upholstery. And when possible, support local artisans who create handmade goods with traditional methods. A Wabi-Sabi home is sustainable not because it's trendy, but because it honors time, nature, and authenticity. It's a quiet revolution in the age of fast living, a design that teaches us to slow down and truly see. Segment 8. The Emotional Impact. Living with Imperfection. At its heart, Wabi-Sabi isn't just about design, it's about mindset. It's a practice of acceptance, humility, and gratitude. Living in a Wabi-Sabi home means embracing the ebb and flow of life. The worn-out cushion, the chipped mug, the fading paint, and seeing beauty in them. In a psychological sense, Wabi-Sabi design reduces stress by removing visual clutter and emotional pressure to maintain perfection. It invites calm and mindfulness. When your home reflects acceptance, It influences how you see yourself and your world with more compassion and peace. This is why many wellness-oriented designers are blending Wabi-Sabi with biophilic design, using natural elements to support mental well-being. Together, they create homes that aren't just stylish, but emotionally healing. So there you have it, Wabi-Sabi Wonders, embracing imperfection in home interior design. It's not about decorating your home to look like a Japanese retreat or following aesthetic rules. It's about creating a space that feels authentic, grounded, and uniquely yours. As we move further into 2025, with design trends leaning toward sustainable living, emotional wellness, and personal storytelling, Wabi-Sabi stands out as timeless wisdom. It's a design philosophy that gently whispers, your home doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful, it just needs to be real. So, take a moment to look around your home. Notice the textures, the light, the tiny imperfections, and let them remind you of life's beautiful impermanence. Whether it's a chipped vase, an old wooden chair, or faded wall paint, there's poetry in those details. Thank you so much for joining me on today's journey into the world of Wabi-Sabi. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves thoughtful, soulful design. And as always, remember, beauty lives not in perfection, but in presence.